Welcome back to this third video in our practitioner's guide to help you to take action and improve your impact using the Learning Performance Benchmark data. The first video introduced your summary dashboard and provided questions to help you reflect on your current context. The second video helped you to gain insights into your current maturity stage. By now, you should have a list of questions and decisions that the data could help you with, as well as a list of possible actions based on the general guidance provided for how to move from your current stage of maturity to the next level. This third video provides guidance on using the more detailed data on each of the 6 key components to decide what to focus on in the coming 6 to 12 months and create your action plan. You'll recall that the maturity score is calculated based on your responses to the benchmark across 6 key components. These components cover a total of 96 different strategic behaviours. Select 6 key components from the menu. I recommend you take a look at your score for each of these before deciding where to prioritise in your action plan. You can navigate either using the menu on the left or the tabs at the top of the page. Underneath the title of each component, there are 2 key questions for you to consider. These questions convey the intent of this component. For example, organisational engagement is about working with stakeholders to put your learning strategy into practice. Your score for each component is displayed in a similar way to how your maturity score was presented on the maturity page. However, the scale is different. The score for each component is out of 9. In this case, the score is 4.1 out of 9, and you can see that it's the same as the industry benchmark, but below the overall benchmark. The comparison is also shown on the trend lines on the graph to the right. Check the boxes for organisation size and region for additional comparative data. In this particular case, you can see that your score is below that of all of these other benchmarks, indicating that organisational engagement may be a good area to consider prioritising for improvement. However, be sure to review each component before deciding what to focus on. After examining your data for each of the 6 key components, I suggest you pause briefly and take another look at that list of questions, decisions, and potential actions you generated when you reviewed your maturity score. If you haven't done this already, please see the previous 2 videos in this series for guidance. If you're reviewing your data with a group of team members, have a discussion about what you are seeing. If it's just you, make your own notes on the following questions. Which of the 6 key components are you strongest in, both in absolute terms and relative to the benchmark data? Where are your scores lowest? Where is the greatest improvement required to achieve your goals for the coming year, and why? This could mean leaning into strengths and building upon them. Alternately, it may mean addressing significant gaps that are holding you back. Which of the 6 components do you feel it's most important to improve upon to lift your maturity and achieve your future aspirations? How will this help you? Choose which components you want to focus on improving. As focus is critical to successful execution, I suggest you pick no more than 2 components. Having selected your priority areas for improvement, it's time to return to those components on your dashboard and explore quick takeaways underneath the graphs. This section provides you with behaviours where you're doing great, as well as those where your comparison to the average benchmark indicates the most potential for improvement. These takeaways are based on your responses to the benchmark and have been customised to provide you with personal insight. Start with where you're doing great, the 2 key behaviours you should be proud of. These are strengths that you will want to sustain or build upon. Then examine the takeaways where your score is lowest relative to the average benchmark. Are these 3 behaviours already on your action shortlist? If so, highlight them now and include them in your action plan. If not, consider whether they should be and how improving them would help you to achieve your goals. When you've finished considering this component, move on to your second priority component and examine the key takeaways for it. You may have noticed further reading at the bottom of the page. A different set of reports is recommended for each component. Bookmark or download any that interest you for later reading. After working through your data at a summary level, through to understanding your maturity score and into the deeper data about the 6 key components, you'll be in an excellent position to complete your action plan. Thanks for joining me for this 3-part practitioner's guide to making the most of your learning performance benchmark data and creating an evidence-informed action plan to lift your maturity and increase your impact.